Good morning, I'm Stephanie Safer. The Border Report Tour takes us to part of the border where underground smuggling tunnels are very common. According to the Tucson sector of the U.S. Border Patrol, its agents have encountered and closed 113 illicit cross-border tunnels in the Nogales area. A large portion of these tunnels have been found downtown. One man whose house sits at a 1-mile radius from the land crossing says he was once woken up by a call from police telling him they had to search his home for tunnels. One, which started a few feet into Mexico and came up under his stove, was found and filled with cement, but the owner says it didn't take long for another tunnel exit to turn up under his deck. There are also safety concerns for ranchers in Nogales who say migrants frequently pass through their land. Let's go ahead and check in with our Border Report correspondent, Anna Wernicke.
Literally on the other side of that bollard-style fence is Mexico.
Several miles up the mountains in Nogales, Arizona, Dan Bell says his ranch meets Mexico.
We've been neighbors with our fellow ranchers in Mexico for three generations.
But Bell says the only way he knows his property versus his neighbor's property in Mexico is this barbed wire fence. Where I'm standing right now is literally where the border fence changes from steel to barbed wire, and local ranchers say they're having to maintain it by themselves.
We've gone in together with them to rebuild sections of the fence, put brand new fence in that was over 70 years old.
Bell says the fence is there to keep his cattle from going into Mexico, but it doesn't stop people from trying to cross over into the U.S.
The border is south, and it runs clear across.
Bell's neighbor down the road, Robert Noon, says he sees people on his ranch all the time, but he considers himself lucky because there's a buffer between his ranch and the border.
The thing about my location is I'm close to the highway, so it's much easier access for the Border Patrol to patrol it.
Santa Cruz County Sheriff Tony Estrada says about 1,000 Border Patrol agents patrol the 50-mile stretch between Nogales and Mexico.
That is a lot of presence here along this small border.
Estrada says Border Patrol focuses on the rural areas, like the acres of ranches right outside the city, because that's where he says more people try to illegally cross.
That was Anna Wernicke reporting. Back here in El Paso, a judge will allow 2 people representing victims of the Walmart mass shooting to enter the store and inspect the premises as part of an ongoing lawsuit. Court documents say Judge Sergio Enriquez of the 448th District Court signed an order granting entry upon property, which will allow 2 people representing Jessica and Guillermo Garcia to enter the Walmart near Cielo Vista Mall for 2 hours on either September 28th or 29th. Walmart has issued a statement saying in part that the court continues to deny requests from the lawsuit to stop construction. It also adds it has been working meticulously with federal and local authorities. On Thursday, the Senate passed a temporary funding bill to avoid another government shutdown. The vote was 82-15. The measure extends current funding until November 21st. It passed the House earlier this month. The bill now heads to the White House for President Trump's signature. A fight over funding for the president's border wall triggered a partial government shutdown last year that went on to become the longest shutdown in U.S. government history. Well, that's your Border Report breakdown. Remember, you can always follow us online.